You know, every single time you buy something, could be your morning coffee, could be a brand new phone, you're basically stepping into a relationship. It's this core connection between you, the consumer, and the company that made the thing. But what are the rules here? The unspoken rules? All right, let's get into it.
So what do companies really owe you when you buy their products? It sounds super simple, doesn't it? But, the real answer is way more complicated than you might think. We're talking about more than just swapping money for a product. It's about safety, it's about honesty, and it's all built on a foundation of trust. So, yeah, let's actually break down what they really owe you.
Okay, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll talk about the unwritten contract you make with every purchase. Then, what a company's job is before you even decide to buy. After that, we'll get into the product itself once it's in your hands. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the foundation of trust that holds everything together.
All right, first up, the unwritten contract. Think about it. Every single time you buy something, you're operating on trust. There's this basic kind of unspoken agreement that you're going to get what you paid for, right? That what they promised is what you get.
And that really is the core idea here. It's not just a simple transaction. It's a whole relationship, and it's guided by ethics, by actual laws, and honestly, by a company's own reputation. I mean, their main job, their fundamental duty, is to make sure you're safe, that you're treated fairly, and then at the end of the day, you're happy with what you bought.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. This whole relationship, it doesn't start when you hand over your money. Nope, it starts way before that. A company's responsibilities kick in the second they try to get your attention. So when you think about marketing, there are basically two roads a company can go down. On one side, you've got ethical marketing. That means honest claims, respectful messages, not trying to exploit anyone's vulnerabilities. But then there's the other side, the manipulative tactics. We're talking misleading ads, totally false claims, maybe even offensive content. And let's be clear, a producer has a serious duty to stay on the right side of that line, the ethical side.
In all of this, it really boils down to your fundamental right as a consumer, your right to know. It means you deserve total transparency about what's in a product, what it actually does, and any potential risks you should be aware of. Making misleading claims isn't just bad form, it's often straight up illegal. The bottom line is, you deserve all the facts so you can make a smart choice.
All right, so you've clicked buy. The package shows up at your door. Now we're getting to the real heart of the matter. The company's duties now that the product is actually in your hands. This is about the point of sale and everything that comes after.
A safe product doesn't just happen by accident. It's the end result of a very deliberate, very rigorous process. It starts with a safe design. Building it with consumer safety as the #1 priority. Then it moves to quality manufacturing, following super strict processes. After that, there's rigorous quality control to make sure standards are being met. And finally, it's about following all the safety laws. A producer is responsible for every single one of these steps. Each one is like a critical checkpoint for your safety. But it's not just about safety, right? It's also about fairness. We're talking about offering a fair price. That means no ridiculous price gouging when there's an emergency, and no hiding a bunch of fees in the fine print. And it also demands absolute clarity. You shouldn't need a magnifying glass and a law degree to figure out the warranty or the return policy. Those things have to be clear, easy to understand, and available to you before you even think about buying.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. This is about the foundation of trust, those big, overarching duties that really protect you and build that long-term relationship. These are really the cornerstones of a brand you can actually trust. And it's so much more than just following the laws. It's about genuinely respecting your data and your privacy, especially today. It's about taking environmental responsibility for how their products are made. And it's even about promoting consumer education, like helping you understand how to use and get rid of their products properly.
So, what happens when things go wrong? Because, let's be honest, sometimes they do. A product breaks, it doesn't work as advertised. A responsible company doesn't just disappear. They listen. They have to have systems in place for you to get help, Things like refunds, repairs, or replacements. How a company deals with its screw-ups, that tells you everything you need to know about their integrity. So now that you know all this, think about it. Are the brands you trust really living up to these duties? This isn't just a rule book for companies. It's a bill of rights for you. And every single dollar you spend is like a vote of confidence. So the real question is, are the brands you're voting for actually earning it?